This is a presentation on my trip to Africa. We begin in Cape Town, South Africa, in the Castle of Good Hope. The Castle of Good Hope was a replenishing station built for travelers from the Netherlands to Indonesia. It houses the oldest bell in South Africa. Next is Camps Bay, home to the Gringhyke. They were restricted to Camps Bay by the San and the Dutch. Lord Charles Somerset used the land for hunting in the 1800s. Next is the aerial cable built in 1929. We take this to the top of Table Mountain, which is actually a plateau, flanked on both sides by peaks, one named Devil's Peak and the other named Lion's Head. This plateau provides a beautiful backdrop for the South African town of Cape Town. Here in Simonstown, we have the Martello Tower. The Martello Tower was built in 1795 for the British to fend off possible French or Dutch attacks. It now holds a museum. Now that our venture in Cape Town is done, we go to the Gagaligadi Transfrontier Park in the Kalahari Desert, on the border of South Africa and a little bit in Botswana. It is home to red sand dunes, sparse vegetation, and diverse wildlife, such as birds and bugs and such. After my stay in the Kalahari, I went to the Chobe National Park. While there, I photographed much wildlife, very interesting wildlife. Seen here is the warthog. The wild warthog has tusks. These tusks, if grown large enough, because they will always keep growing, can inflict extreme damage upon soft, fleshy people, so stay away if they get agitated. Also, you can carve their horns and sell them to tourists. I may have bought one. Hello! Next is the kudu. The kudu has a very lean meat. It, when prepared properly and not too dry to eat, is very healthy and very tasty, like venison. It, when the mating season comes around, will compete with other males by locking horns. It is due to this that their necks around mating season will swell to large size. Another animal I captured on film is the wild impala. An impala can jump up to 9.8 feet in the air, and only males have lyre-shaped horns. The wildebeest is the most abundant big game animal in Africa, and is often blamed by farmers for transmitting disease and parasites to their bovine. The elephant is the only living family of the Proboscidea order. They are considered a keystone species, which means that they are a crucial part of the ecosystem and must be protected. Unlike its family members, the donkey and the horse, the zebra has never fully ever been domesticated, except for in the 1800s, when a British lord reportedly domesticated 2 to 3 and had them pull his cart around. Next was Victoria Falls. The river that contributes to Victoria Falls is the Zambezi, which flows through the Democratic Republic of Congo, Angola, Zambia, along the border of Namibia, then through the border of the Zambia and Zimbabwe, to make Victoria Falls. It then flows through a couple more countries, and then into the Indian Ocean. One of the things I did at Victoria Falls was sit at the armchair, a small pocket of water where you can sit close to the edge, and hopefully not fall over. Another thing I did was take the Victoria Falls steam train, which, being a steam train, was slightly boring, but still cool, because of the very rustic feel that it gave me. Now that I was done at Victoria Falls, I went to Kabale Forest National Park. While there, I spotted some interesting wildlife. First is the common chimpanzee. The common chimpanzee is our closest relative. It is popularized in culture and looks extremely cute in the picture. Otters in the park actually make water slides and use them. That is how awesome otters are. In Nairobi, Kenya, over 17 million people live below the poverty line, while another 17 million are rich. Despite recent economic growth, due to a multitude of factors, over 2 million young adults don't have jobs. Education reform has been widely successful, except for the Northeast County, where over 80% of girls are not in school, but doing other unscrupulous things for money, because they don't know any better, and they don't think school can help them. It is truly a sad sight. Nearing the end of my journey, I went and did something extremely stupid. I went to Mogadishu, Somalia, classified as a war zone. While there, I saw a Bakara market. A Bakara market sells weapons and other illicit items, such as fake documents. Before I had a chance to leave Somalia, I made sure that I went and saw some ruins, so I could reflect upon the unfairness of war and how many innocents lost their lives. The final destination in our journey across sub-Saharan Africa, we arrive in Timbuktu, Mali, at the Dinjinguerber Mosque. The mosque, built by al-Sahini for 12,000 gold malkiths, was targeted in 2012 by Ansar Din, or the Defenders of Faith, who proclaimed it to be haram, or forbidden in the Islamic faith. To recap, we went from South Africa to the Kigalagadi, to Chobe National Park and Victoria Falls. We then went to the Kabale National Park, Nairobi, and Mogadishu, Somalia. Very dangerous. Finally ending off in Timbuktu with a threatened mosque. Farewell, my friends.